Hey everyone, it's Rock for Cash, People's Champ, coming to you live from Cash Stadium, and welcome back to the channel. And it is time to rock and roll, baby. Rock and roll. Week 17, our final week of the FNFL. The bowl matches are happening, and yeah, let's do a preview about that. But before we get into that, I've got an old song, the Union Underground across the nation. A few of the punters, a few of the old coaches here will know exactly what this song's all about. They would have watched this over and over and heard it over and over again. Alright. So, the first game, the Duty Bowl, the legendary Duty Bowl. We have got the Dark Side up against Young Remix Killers. Very close game, the computer thinking here. Dark Side 109.60, Young Remix Killers 106.70. Now, the Young Remix Killers won 10 in a row, so that's got to take some thought by the Dark Side, how he's going to stop that. For the Dark Side, Tannehill 20, Carson 12, Gaskin 13, Adams 16, Davis 12, Wilson 12. For Young Remix Killers, Lamar Jackson 21, Montgomery 15, Madison 14, McLaurin 10, and Chubb 12. Very, very difficult game to tip this one. But, yeah, someone once told me, if you can't tip, go with the team that finished first. So we're going to tip the Dark Side to win by 3 points. Very, very close to Duty Bowl. In the next game, we've got the Machadi. Good old Machadi. Moneymakers 9 up against Mitch's Mongrels. Moneymakers 9, 113.15. Mitch's Mongrels 90.62. So a bit of a one-sided game. The computer's thinking here. For Moneymakers, Herbert 18, Henry 15, Dobbins 10, Brown 13, Jefferson 16, Andrews 11, Jones 13. For Mongrels, Kyler Murray 19, Jacobs 12, Thielen 12, and Godwin 11. Yeah, I think we can safely say that this one's going to go to the Moneymakers. 23-point win, the computer's thinking. I'm thinking it's probably be about 12-point win to the Moneymakers, so good luck to them. In the next game, the game that everyone's been waiting for, the Dodgy Bowl, Rock for Cash up against Archie's All-Stars. Rock for Cash 102.93, Archie's All-Stars 91.95. These guys are playing well above where they finished on the ladder. This is a 5th versus 6th game. But we finished 11th and Archie's All-Stars finished 9th. So both of our teams have excelled through the final series. For Rock for Cash, got Aaron Rodgers at 19, David Johnson 13, Gelman at 10, Tony O'Brien at 13, Diggs at 14, Jones at 11. For Archie's All-Stars, Carr 17, Elliott 12, Taylor 15, Robinson 13, and Woods 11. Interesting stat I saw before, David Montgomery in his last 4 games has scored 6 touchdowns, and for the whole season Ezekiel Elliott's only scored 5, so that's very, very surprising. Just some useless stat information that the Cash always comes up with. In the next game, yeah, so we'll tip the Cash to win by about 10 points. In the next game, we highlighting the Finkel Bowl. Smooth Criminal up against Little River Giants. Smooth Criminal 109.43. Little River Giants 79.54. Will the Choker continue to choke through this final series as she's done in many, many other final series before? Taking out last year's Duty Bowl was a bit of a misnomer. Really, it looks like now the Choker is back, but I think the Choker won't choke in this one. I think they'll win this quite comfortably, actually, probably by about 20 or 30 points. So, yeah, computer's got them at 109.42, Little River Giants 79.53, so computer doesn't give the boys from Little River any chance at all. So Smooth Criminal, Allen 17, Bernard 13, Swift 16, Ridley 16, Gordon 14, Little River Giants, Cam Newton 16, Mike Evans 14, Gallup 10. Don't really give much chance at all. So I think I'll go with Smooth Criminal in this one quite easily. In the Leroy, we have Sheba Kamini up against the Browns. Sheba Kamini tipped to win this one, 90.61. to the Browns, 86.72. Sheba Kamini for them. But Tom Brady at 19, Landry at 11, Cooper at 11, and Juju at 10 for the Browns. Deshaun Watson at 23, Metcalf 11, Lamb 11, Waller 15, and Jones 10. Yeah, look, let's finish this one off on a happy note for Sheba Kamini and give them the win in this one. Great score last week. Unfortunately, Alvin Kamara's got the flu or COVID, whatever you want to say, so he's not playing. After his 54.7 last week, would have been great to have him in the side. I'm sure Sheba's spewing that he's not there. So we'll give Sheba the win by a couple of points in this one. In the dreaded Sacco, the last game of the round, Team Mazza up against Little Waiters. Team Mazza 107.99, Little Waiters 92.42. For Team Mazza, Cousins at 19, Eckler at 17, Hopkins at 13, Cooks at 14, Aguilar at 11. For Little Waiters, Wilson 19, Murray 12, Lockett 10, Moore 11, and Hines 10. Look, I think the computer's got this one. Team Mazza 107.99, Little Waiters 92.42, so a 15-point win to Team Mazza. I think I'll stick with Team Mazza just to get over the line in this one. Bit unfair that I'm tipping Little Waiters to actually win the Sacco after they finish sixth on the ladder. So, yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but we'll go with Team Mazza to win this one by under a point. So, a very, very close game indeed. So, just in summary, we're tipping the dark side to take out the Duty Bowl over the Young Remix Killers. Moneymakers 9 to win the Machadi over Mitch's Mongrels. Rock for Cash to win the Dodgy over Archie's All-Stars. Smooth Criminal to win the Finkel over Little River Giants. Sheba Kamini to take the Leroy from the Browns. And Team Mazza to give the Sacco to Little Waiters. In the final game of the year, we've got the FNFL Cup playing. We've got, it should be now called the Nick Cup. We've got Sheba Kamini up against the Young Remix Killers. I'm going for a bit of an upset here. I'm going to give Sheba Kamini the win in this one. I think that the Young Remix Killers will be concentrating too much on the Duty Bowl and not paying enough attention to Sheba Kamini, and I'm tipping them to win by about 3 or 4 points. So let's have a look at what's happening in the NFL. Heap of 5 a.m. games on Monday. Got a heap of 8:25 games. Got the Cardinals and Rams, Jaguars, Colts, Titans, Texans, Raiders, Broncos, Saints, Panthers, Packers, Bears, Chargers, Chiefs, Seahawks, 49ers. And the final game of the year, the 12:20 game on Monday, which will top off FNFL 2020 as Washington up against Philadelphia. So hopefully your team wins. It's been a great year so far. I'm sure that we will have a lot of commentary in the coming days, weeks, months over whether or not we actually play up until week 17. A lot of really good players either being rested or injured, with the majority of leagues finishing in round 16. Ours decides to play to round 17. So it's obviously going to be a contentious issue that we need to discuss over the off-season. And look, we've tried it before. We finished in week 16, but we obviously went back to week 17. So it's probably going to be the players, that the coaches that lose this week and have players out, that will be the ones most vocal. So we'll just wait and see on that one. So everyone have a great bowl match. Hopefully your team wins, obviously, unless you're Archie's All-Stars. That's a cash out.